Eventsquid, software that thinks like you and works like 8 of you.
We'll learn how to set up, track, and report on continuing education units. Let's begin inside the Event Builder under Registration, Registration Items. I've created 5 simple registration items under Continuing Education Sessions here, a group that I made up. Let's click into one of these sessions. On the left side, you'll see a button named Options. If you click on it, you'll see 2 fields. One's called Session Credit Name, and the other is Session Credit Value. So let's say the category of continuing education units is selling, and this particular session is worth 1.25 credit hours. That's it. Let's set one more just to see how it works again. We'll call this Marketing, and this class will be worth 1 hour. Now that our items are set up with CEU values, let's go to the registration area and select one of these and see how it plays out in the event dashboard and in your reports. On the registration form, I'm going to select one of the sessions that has CEU values assigned to it. Now let's look at the dashboard and see what happens. Back in the dashboard, you'll see that one of the items that I've selected is the continuing education session, your best strategy for selling. And if you click on education credits on the left, you will see that I've got selling and 1.25 hours for a total of 1.25 hours. Now, if I had selected additional sessions with additional CEU values, they would be totaled up and the totals would be cataloged according to their type. So in the event that I had, say, 5 different categories and 2 of them were on selling, you would get an aggregated total for selling right here. Let's take a look at the reports. In the reporting area, you'll see a report entitled CEU Volunteer Tracking. There are 2 reports I'll show you. One is credit hour report by name, and then the other is simply an event-based report of similar information, just played out differently. In the report by name, you'll see all of the registrants along with the sessions that they registered for. You'll also be able to see the nominal value in credit hours of each item that has credit hours attached to it. In this case, I get selling for 1.25 hours. If you wish, you may also record and report on whether the registrant checked in and checked out of each session in case the award of CEUs depends on minimum attendance time. If you'd like to track whether a registrant has attended a session, you can go to the dashboard and that individual's details panel and simply click the check-in button for the session you're trying to track. Or you can do it through a mobile device by scanning that registrant's QR code. When you scan the QR code, you can tap on the particular session that you want to track, and when you do so, the system will record the check-in time. If you tap that tile again, the system will record the check-out time. These data points allow you to track how long the attendee attended the session. If you don't have the personnel to scan each attendee in and out of a session, you can use the self-check-in feature, which allows you to assign a check-in and check-out code to every session. That way, the leader of the session can disclose the code 5 minutes after the session begins and just before the session ends to allow the individual attendees to check themselves in and out. After checking the attendee in and out, the report will reflect the total time spent in the session. The other CEU report allows you to look at a breakdown of earned credit hours by session. Both reports can be emailed or exported into an Excel spreadsheet. If you'd like to transmit a certificate of CEU credit hours earned to one or more attendees, just visit the Communication Center, design a certificate, and I'll select one that I've already created, and you'll notice that you can put in the user's first name and last name as variables, and you scroll down to the content block section and simply check the box that says includes CEU hours. The system will generate a nicely formatted email reflecting the recipient's CEU hours. That's how continuing education units work on Eventsquid.